love it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been quite some time. It has been 3 years since I've made an update. So for those of you new to the channel, this is my 1983 Corolla Hardtop SR5, what I like to call the TRD trim, but you know how that goes. Everyone thinks there's TRD. This is a very unique car. It's got a I haven't seen another one, a wide body kit on it, fiberglass front fenders, rear quarter panels are obviously wide, and she thick, boy. So let me get into it some. It's been 3 years, like I said. Lots happened, changed jobs, got a position where I was traveling 100% and just haven't had much time to do anything. Since then, I have gotten married. My wife and I moved in together, and I was able to consolidate all my vehicles together. The current state of this car is a accumulation of the past 3 years of parts being hoarded. My Toyota guys know what I'm talking about. I did have 6 vehicles at one point, and my running to non-running ratio of vehicles was 1-to-5. So I slowly started to thin the herd, let loose of my 1970 Toyota Corolla Mark II. I let go of my 77 Celica with the 2JZ. I had a 1983 Toyota Cresta, factory 5-speed, factory LSD. That was the first year of IRS. It was a great car, very, very, very nice. And I have this, my truck, and a blue bucket Hyundai. Nothing special, but 40 miles to the gallon and 6-speed. So started to sell cars off because I got tired of building cars and I just wanted to drive. So consolidated down to just 3, the daily driver. All of us need one car that's unmodified and is absolutely reliable. My Corolla, and then you might be able to see it back there, my first gen 4Runner. Awesome truck, reliable. So to kind of get into the history of this car, I purchased it from a gentleman named Tito. He is my Tito, shout out my Pinoys. Kamusta ka, ako si Levi. And I found this car by fluke. I just posted up the wrong body style. I was actually looking for the sport coupe. And he was, 2 miles away from me in Fremont, and he had a barn in the backyard with a whole bunch of old Toyotas. This was one of them. I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know the condition. I asked for pictures, and he just said, come by and see it. I pushed it off to the side. 2 weeks later, I show up because he was going to sell it to someone else, and I knew I had to have it, so I got it. When I purchased this car, it had a 4AG 16 valve with some DCOE Weber 45s. For my carb guys out there, they're Type 13, some vintage Italian carbs. They were cool, but they were decent. I rebuilt those, and idle was still a little sketch. Wide open throttle was amazing. You know, everyone's going to say Weber 45s were too big for the car, but this vehicle revs, the engine itself revs very high, so it needed that. Rebuilt them, still had issues. Some of the passages and jets, they kept getting gummed up. So I sent them off to get rebuilt, cleaned, and installed them back on, and they ran great. And then after like a week of not driving it, everything was gummed up again. So I said I'm kind of done with it. Even cruising, it wasn't great. I wasn't happy with it. So I went ahead, cashed out on some Weber 45. They were 152G, so the 4 progression hole carbs, and idle was great, cruise was great, wide open throttle was great, everything was good. The only issue is any large temperature changes, just like any DCOEs, I was retuning the carbs. And it got to the point where my wife didn't want to ride in the car anymore. And at that point, I want my wife to feel comfortable. So I pulled the trigger and switched over to EFI. Now that I am EFI, I wish I out the gate converted to fuel injection. I probably spent upwards of $3,500 on carbs, and a lot of that was for jets, chokes, linkages, ignition system. The wideband, it was already necessary, so I don't even consider that part of it. And widebands aren't that expensive, but if you want to throw that in, sure. But altogether, there's just issue after issue. At this point, the only thing original from what I bought it is the transmission and the rear end and the vehicle itself. The engine's been switched out, radiator switched out, electronics, it has all new stuff, new fuel tank from a 8.6. It's a very reliable vehicle at this point. Like I said, for all my carb guys out there, be it 22RE, or sorry, 22R at this point if you're carb, 4AG, 4K, whatever it is. Well, the 4K was EFI, so all right. Just make the switch. Just do it. The ECU I'm running is a micro squirt amped module. I built the harness myself. I have a relay box that's controlling everything, and it was worth it. Very much worth it. What else? The car itself has a Zenki rear end. It's from an 85 GTS, I think it was. It's got a TRD two-way with a TRD 4.875 ring and pinion. It had I put a TRD short shifter on it from Japan. Had my friend heat it up to try and get the lean over to our driver's side. It has a newer Ae71 clutch kit. It's got Mishimoto radiator or coil rad, same thing pretty much. Mishimoto fan shroud and fans, all that controlled by the ECU. And then I'll get to the engine in, if not this video, another video. But the car itself is, as you can tell, it's very unique. It is. I have not seen another Corolla like this, and quite a few people have said like, "Oh, it's an E30 wide body." No, it's not an E30 wide body. The fenders are totally different than the E30. I don't know where the kit's from, but it is its own kit, and it suits it. It suits the vehicle. So let me go ahead and show you around the car. Hey guys, so now you get the POV. This is my 83 hardtop. For those of you who don't know what the hardtop is, these back windows right here roll down. These ones are fixed. That is the hardtop, basically a pillarless hardtop, even though it's got something there. But the windows are frameless windows, so there's nothing going around it, much like newer vehicles. In the 80s, for the E7 body style, Toyota went haywire and they made a body style for everybody. They had the two-door sedan, which everyone calls the coupe. It's not a coupe, it's a two-door sedan. They have the four-door sedan, which is common. They had the four-door Sprinter, which was a little different. They had the two-door wagon. They had the four-door wagon. They had the two-door wagon with the high top. They had the four-door wagon with the high top. They had the two-door wagon with the panels. Four-door wagon with the panels. If you check out, there's a web page on Google. If you look up E7 Love, E7 Love, there is a WordPress document that details everything that Toyota did for the E7s. There are so many body styles, like it's out the wazoo. And then they have the sport body. The sport body was 3 main cars with the 4th one. The 3 was the hardtop, like you see here. The sport, which is basically the people call the fastback or the hatchback, which it's just a small window right here, and then it's just a hatch. But that is the 2-door coupe, 2-door sport coupe, and then they have the liftback. Liftbacks are the most common sport body you will see. Hardtops, I haven't seen as much. Sport coupes, same as the hardtops. In my point of view, the hardtops are rare because the 4th redheaded stepchild, I don't know if I'll get canceled for that, whatever, be offended. The redhead stepchild of the sport body is the convertible, which an outside company would take your hardtop, they would cut it and convert it to a convertible. So in my opinion, the hardtops are more rare because a lot of them were cut up for convertibles. The front end on the sport bodies will not work on any of the other cars. So the fenders, hood, cowl, the grill and stuff will work, but all this stuff up here is different and unique. It's longer, so it won't work on the 2-door sedan or any of the sedan or wagons. So it's unique to itself. When I got the car, there was rust, so I had it painted in Toyota Super White. And as you can see, the door jambs have all been painted. Under the hood has been painted. It has been pretty well gone through. So you can see that. I have the trunk sprayed. It's dusty. I don't care. I have the trunk sprayed with black. I had the fenders taken off. The doors were taken off, and everything new was made. So everything new was sprayed. So you can see under the hood is white, and the engine bay is black. So I'll get more on that later. The car itself is the doors. I know some of you guys are like, those aren't 82, 83 doors. 82, 83 had the mirrors up here. I didn't like that. I wanted some F1 style race spec mirrors, so I got some newer doors without rust. I had rust down here on the bottom. My sport body guys know what I'm talking about. And I took the stock one off and I put those on. No big deal. I took all the trim off. I painted it all black. I still have the drip rails to put on. I'm having an issue getting those attached, but it's all right. So I'm going to kind of go through what's going on with my car. I'm a big supporter of our veterans. For my Navy guys, they like to go tip to butt. For my Marine Corps guys, we're going to go ass to mouth. So here we go. We'll start at the end. My taillights are the Mercedes style taillights, uncracked, no chips or anything, in great condition. I know these are coveted. Optima in the back with some thick old batteries, cables going everywhere. And you can see it's really nice, you know. You can see my annex coilovers peeking out. Got a nice little sticker, and nothing special going on back here. I got some tape residue that I haven't really cared about. Obviously, you can see the width that it adds. Yes, you can put a drink up there. Ask me how I know. I do it often. Trunk lid works. The rear end is a Zenki two-way. It's a Zenki rear with a TRD two-way, TRD 4.875 ring and pinion. Brakes are stock. I have a Chase Bays brake line from front to rear. So went ahead, did that. Also a Chase Bays fuel line kit for beams, but I got it working for my 4AG. Not too difficult. It's basically the same thing. So I got that all going up here. Transmission is a T50 with the occasional second gear grab until it's warmed up. It's got a TRD short shifter. And then coming up to the engine, this is a this is a stock big port from an MR2. This is a 7 rib block, and it has been converted to 20 valve ITBs with Martellius headers. Martellius headers. Let's see if I can get down here. Breeze Fab test pipe, and then HKS high power exhaust. All factory mounting locations were used. Everything works. The floor pan is essentially the same as an 8.6. So you can see that the muffler lines up right at the stock outlet. For those of you who don't know much about these cars, this is basically an 8.6. If you took this here and compared it to an 8.6 coupe, it's almost the same, besides the window rolling down. If you took the sport coupe, which is the hatchback or fastback style, and you compared that to the 8.6 hatchback, you basically have the father of the Corolla coupe, and then the sport coupe would be the father of the 8.6 hatch. People are going to say, no, I'm wrong. Whatever, dude. Anyways, NX suspension up front. See if I can see it. FC RX-7 Turbo 2 calipers in the front. I have a stock Kuki GTS Master with a Flows mini booster. Nothing special. The bias valve worked perfect to get the brakes to lock up. And then going into the engine, this is a, like I say, stock 4AG from a big port from a MR2, 7 rib block. Internals are stock. It's got some, some Toto cam gears. It has some Tomea 264 cams. I converted it to coil on plug with the MRP adapter plate. I'm running the 1ZZ coils. 1ZZ, 2ZZ, one of those. Or was it 1NZ? Whatever. I'm running Toyota, I think they're Yaris, so I think it's 1NZ coils. I have Tacoma from a 3RZ fuel injectors. And that's kind of it. It's really nothing special. You can see I have the Koyorad radiator. I got the Mishimoto oil cooler with a customized Battle Garage bracket. We can see over here I have the Mokel thermostat with the MRP relocation kit. And then also down here you can see I have my T3 trigger wheel with a DIY auto-tune Cherry Hall effect sensor. Thing runs great. Don't look at this. I need to get a new one. That's really ugly. The harness is custom built. I made it myself, and it boogies. It's nothing special, but it works. ECU is an amped micro squirt. I tuned it myself, got on the bass tune, worked out all the kinks myself, and now it is running mint. I still want to go get a dyno tune to see if I'm making 120 or 145 horsepower. Nothing amazing, but it's a 4AG. What do you expect, right? The rear end is it's a 4.875, so the speedometer is pretty far off, but it's all right. So that is kind of the powertrain. Let's go and take a look on the inside. So kind of back into the interior. See, the door panels are in very good condition. All 4 of them are very nice. Shout out Little Trees. You see the dash is nice. Instrument cluster I took apart to get everything to work. I mainly want the clock to work. As you can see, it reads 202.
And the current time is a little past 2:02, which is perfect. Speedometer works, tach does not, because the tach is triggered off the coil negative, and I'm coil unplugged, so I have to get an adapter to get this to work, because micro squirt puts out a square wave. I think it's like a 0 to 5 volt square wave, and it doesn't work with this. Everything else works. As you can see, I took this all apart and I refinished it. Didn't take the sticker off because why not? Momo Caballari, I think it's like a Caballari Racing 3 wheel. Very nice, still in good condition. Last one I saw these, it was selling for like $750, which is pretty nice. I have AMX Whiteman Flock Manufacturing gauge. That's for my oil temp. And then I have a JSP shift knob right here, which is very nice. Cool, so let's get going. As you can see, the seats are a little faded. It's a little fade. Back seats are good. This here is all from an 8.6. Don't worry about that. That's something else. Then got my laptop because I was doing a warm start or a cold start tuning on it. She purrs, boy. Also, some of you guys know this is a GZ cam position sensor. I'm not running it. I am only running off the trigger wheel down there because I am using wasted coil on plug, and then it is sequential, semi-sequential injection, and it works really good. So oil cooler, relocation kit, everything's good. I am planning to take this to Laguna Seca when they do the next grid life event. And for those who want a nice little, it's not a cold start, but it's a colder than normal start. Again, it's got Tomea 264 cams, and see if I remember right, the intake is advanced and the exhaust is retarded a little bit, so it gives it a little low-key idle. Martelius, I think these are the XL, not the Fast Growth. I think this is the XL setup, but it sounds really good. Like, I like it. I do want to get a new radiator because this one here is it's a little older. I got secondhand from Mike, same guy who sold me the 83 Cresta, but I want to get a new one. It's not threat level midnight, but something I'm definitely working on. And then you can also see I have a MRP, I don't know what you call it, after tensioner, the idler, whatever that, I got that. And then we can see in here, I got oil pressure, the coolant is warming up. I'm running about 11.5, which is kind of normal for a semi-sequential. And then oil temp is 98 degrees right now. Yeah, it's a very, very stock setup for a Corolla. Most 8.6 guys, like this is it. ITB, cams, cam gears, exhaust, send it. Also, you probably know this, there's nothing really here. It's just alternator, water pump. Water pump is a new one. Alternator is from I think it's a 93 Camry. I think that's what the alternator is from. What do if I could have it, what would I want what would I newly want done to this car? I might go with some chrome, the JDM style bumpers, but I don't know if I really need that. I kind of like the park bench bumpers. I think it adds some 80s character to it. The only thing I really want that's just very small is I just want that little knob for the triple knob. That's all I want. I just want that. Like I said, you can see that everything works. Oh, you know what? Headlights. For headlights, I want to get the new Holley Retro Brights. These ones are a little dim. As you can see, they're very yellow. I want the Holley Retro Brights. Again, it's not thread level midnight. I can do without. I'm also looking, I have an old set of PIA fog lights that used to go here and there, but I took those out. I still have them. I should probably put them back on now. Wheels, if I could have the ideal wheel, it would be the Advent A3As, but I'm happy with it. And then at some point, I'll probably end up lowering it a little more, just because this one's tough, but it works. I'm happy with it. So, yeah, guys, this is my Corolla. Like I said, it's been 3 years since I've given an update, and it's finally time that I actually start to keep the channel updated more. You can see my truck out there. I'll get an update on that at some point, but this is the prized possession right here, the Corolla. So thanks for watching, and yeah, if you want, go ahead and subscribe. If not, okay, but thanks, team. See you around.